First of all, I want to thank everybody for coming out here tonight. It was very important to us for everybody to show up, and I know that a lot of people came from great distances. I brought a bus myself full of people from the Northern Panhandle, so give them a hand. As Tracy stated, my heart is really into this, not only professionally, but my personal life, my community's life, and my family's life. Let me start with my son Cooper, which is the most important role that I do have as a mom to him. Cooper is diagnosed with cerebral palsy and autism, and we try not to let that define our family. We try to show people who we are before they see the diagnosis. But in situations like these, it's almost important for people to see that and see the strain that it can have on a family and how much our waiver services actually help us. This brings me to the next point. I'm a working mom. I'm a single working mom. I work 8:30 to 4:30 Monday through Friday. I rely on respite services to get my son off the bus every day. I also rely on them to be there whenever I'm cooking dinner. You see, Cooper has a lot of danger issues. He doesn't fear anything. So if he's hungry, he will pull a pot of boiling water off the stove and burn himself. He also has been known to try to get out my front door if it's not locked. So if I'm in the restroom and he's trying to get out the front door and it's unlocked by accident, he's going to go out into traffic and get hit by a car. People don't understand the importance if you don't live it like we do. In addition to that, Cooper's a risk at feeding, so he requires one-on-one assistance while he's eating. Or if you leave food out, it's important to supervise it so he doesn't grab it and choke. He also, because like you and I, we plan for our children's future just like everybody else. I wake up every morning, I look in the mirror and say, I have to plan for the day that I die. Not many people can say that, but parents of special needs children, they can say that. We have to plan. Whenever we're dead and gone, who's going to take care of them? So making them as independent as possible is one of my priorities for Cooper and all of the people that I come into contact that have special needs. In addition to being a working mother, I also have a 13-year-old son who is, quote, neurotypical. He participates in football, he participates in basketball, and he does track and field. So I spend some evenings at these fields in the basketball court watching him like any typical mom does. My son Cooper, I can't take to those events, and if I do, I always need an extra hand, so I'm able to watch Waylon also participate in sports and be part of his life, help him with homework, and get him ready for school as well. So in addition to being that mom that has a child with special needs, I have to be the typical mom too. In addition to this, I'm the director of Ohio County Special Olympics. I've taken a program that was non-existent in our county and made it very large with a lot of community support. The community support part is huge. Yes, our athletes are able to travel and they're able to participate in different functions, but the support and the acceptance and the love from the community of Ohio County has been enormous since I've started that program. If I was unable to do that, not only would we lose the Special Olympics in its whole in Ohio County, but we would also lose the community sport that is grown for special needs adults and children. So you ask yourself, if you are not affected by the special needs community, how will you be affected? How about the West Virginia taxpayers? This is a cut to budgets. However, the budget still remains the same. The state of West Virginia is still giving the same amount of money to that budget. However, what about us that are going to lose our jobs because we don't have child care for our children? Child care centers will not take children with special needs that require one-on-one supervision. Wake up, people. In the event that I would lose my job, I would lose my health coverage for my family. I would lose the way to support them. I would lose my home. I would lose my transportation. I would be living on government assistance, and I'm a hardworking West Virginia taxpayer. If you look at the budget, if you look at what West Virginia puts into the waiver budget versus what the federal government does, I have been told that the federal government supports the waiver at 75%. My son has a $70,000 a year budget. 25% of that is $17,000. I do think that the state of West Virginia and the taxpayers would have to use more than $17,000 to provide me with food, shelter, insurance, clothing, and all of my utility support that would take. So I need you to look at this not only as a parent, and not only as a friend or a supporter of people with disabilities. You need to look at this as a West Virginia taxpayer and what it's going to do to you as well. Thank you so much.